Justin Glick. Accident was December 19th, 2017, and I went to CNS in March of 2018.
You suffered
What?
traumatic brain injury.
Oh, and I suffered a traumatic brain injury.
Hi, I'm Caroline Glick. I'm Justin's wife. When he had his accident, though, I was just his girlfriend. I'm now also his baby mama. This is our little one. She's 2.5 weeks old. This is little Miss Sienna Glick.
On December 19th of 2017, I had a TBI, traumatic brain injury. I took a significant amount of weight against my chest. I split my arm in half. I was pinned up against a wall in a garage door, and somebody heard me shout, and they lifted the garage. I fell back, and I hit my head. And that is the last I recalled. After being admitted to the hospital, I spent about 3 weeks there, and I was transferred in the middle of January to a hospital in Denver. I spent about 2 weeks there. I eventually was allowed to leave, and I went back to California, and I spent about a month or two not being treated for anything, and that was about the time that I went to CNS.
Justin was really against going to another rehabilitation centre. You know, he was a true patient, and he was restricted in a lot of things that he was able to do, and he found that very frustrating. So we really had to talk him into going to CNS, but I have to say, from the moment we walked in the door, he changed. You know, his whole outlook that this wasn't going to be somewhere where he was treated like a patient, or, in his words, where he was another number. You know, from the lady who sat on reception, who was so warm and welcoming to us, he was treated like a person. And I remember him saying to me that he was treated the way that he was prior to his accident. So a person and not a patient, if that makes any sense. It felt like somewhere where he could get his freedom back.
Like Caroline had said, I never wanted to be a patient again. I felt like that through the whole thing, and I was exhausted and tired of that. So, you know, I was very frustrated. I was hesitant to go. I was virtually dragged there. You know, I needed help with that. I was angry and disappointed, but I had real trouble remembering things. So when we would talk together, I would literally forget things that we had just talked about. God, it was really more of an emotional roller coaster for me than anything else. And when I had began going through this stuff at CNS is when I started to realize, you know, really what kind of other problems that I had, and never really realized it. The cognition module definitely changed my life. Oh man, I would get so mad that I couldn't keep going to the next level or what it would be. So that was one of the things that, as I continued to kind of level up and go through, it was almost like a celebration. It was time for this fancy, you know, dinner, and let's all get together. You know, that was definitely something that I began to notice and that I would get better at. It was that memory tactic, and especially when they would shift them, you know, and change the pattern. God, even like I had said, the emotional aspect, I noticed that my whole demeanor began to change. It was being around other patients, and I was really able to interact with them and just kind of share our history. Games, I remember we played poker, and just being able to kind of use your brain to, you know, bluff someone or whatnot. So it definitely began to stir my brain up, and I started to feel a little bit more intact.
We have a lot of love for CNS, as hopefully it's come across.
Yeah.
So yeah, we really do. It's an
undivided love.
Yeah, amazing program, amazing. You know, we literally would not be here if it wasn't for CNS. Like it's that simple. She probably would not be here. Like it forever will mean something very, very deeply to us. It really will.
I'm married to a very powerful, powerful woman, and fortunately, between her, my family, and CNS, I've been lucky enough to really heal and be able to kind of move forward and carry on where really I felt like I left off, and just grow.